everybody, welcome back to another episode of Garage Time TV here, and you can see I am back working with the lifts because today we have a new car that we are adding to the channel. We have not announced what this vehicle is going to be. A couple videos ago I did give a little hint that it's an American car, it's old, which is I guess no surprise, but today we're going to show you what that car is. So put in your final guesses here, but I do have the keys. So I'm going to set you guys up, I'm going to go get it, and I'm going to bring it right here to this lift. And for the first time we're going to inspect a car that is new to the channel on a lift, be able to go underneath it, all around it, pop the hood, all that good stuff. So let me go grab it. We're gonna pull it into this lift. Let's see what it is.
A few moments later.
Oh, would you look at this?
Yeah, well. So this is our new car to the channel. I guarantee that 99% of you were way off base. It's American, and it's older than anything else we've ever worked on. So the car that started the channel was a 68 Fiat 850. This is the oldest thing we've had. It's a 54 Lincoln Capri Sport Coupe. It's a 60C VIN code, which makes it one of about 2,500 produced with this package. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this thing up on the lift here in a second. What I'm gonna do is an exterior walk around. We're gonna pop the hood, look under the engine, which is also kind of strange because it literally drove into the spot, and we haven't been that lucky with any of the cars that we have. So that's a great start, but we're gonna do a walk around of this thing, look at the engine, get underneath it, take a look at the underside and see what condition it's really in. I've only driven this thing a handful of times and once out actually on the road, otherwise just in a parking lot. So we're gonna be doing a lot of stuff today. So let's pop this hood, let's do a walk around and take a look. First thing we're gonna do is up here in the front, typical iconic 50s styling, big flaring on it, super big car, two-tone, white walls, the hubcaps, all chrome, all the detailing. But what's interesting about this is the Lincoln has the knight as its symbol, which I thought was really cool that they put that in the trim there. This is actually supposed to be gold, so we may actually take this off and paint that and then put it back. That's gonna be on our to-do list eventually. Some small detail like that. Full chrome bumper, of course. Script on the side, trim the whole length of the car. Has a couple things, you know, here in the door. Looks like it had a tire blowout at some point and got into there. We'll go in the interior here in a second. All the way on the outside, all the chrome is here. Even the covers for the door locks are there. One thing you may notice is that there's no post in the middle, which is awesome. Gets nice flow all the way through. A little bit of a different color here. I don't know if it's going to really show up on camera. It's a little lighter there than on the rest of the car. Fender skirt's a little bit of a different color, but they're both there, which is great. All the glass seems to have like that blue tint to it, which is also nice. Full chrome on the back. We could probably look for new taillight lenses, but they work for now. Our fuel filler is going to be back here, and also the keyhole cover is a knight, so it looks like we need to figure out a way to tighten that up a little bit. Huge trunk, of course, spare tires in there. We'll go through all that. And then we've got more chrome trim on this side. A little bit of a different color here as well, so I don't know what happened there. Chrome trim, a little bit of stuff on the gutter rails, a little bit of popping coming up, but nothing too crazy. Still looks really good. Door handles, of course, over time the sun just bakes them to death. A couple things here, you know, it is like 70 years old, literally 70 years old. Definitely needs new tires, that's for sure. But it's got the script, a little bit of scuff here from things here and there. But overall, it looks really good. Let's pop this hood and see what we're working with engine-wise. So under the hood here is an original, I don't know if it's original to the car, if this is the numbers matching, I have no idea. But this is a 5.2 liter Y block, and you can tell simply just because the exhaust cross over, but it is a V8 engine, comes with a factory Carter 4-barrel, has the original gold valve covers, fruit jar master cylinder, does have boosted brakes, which is pretty nice. The other thing you may notice is all these colorful wires. Originally this was a 6-volt car, and it's been converted to 12. So all the lights are 12 volt, all the gauges are controlled through 12 volts now, which is great. And it's been updated. Blower motor for your heat goes through here. What's also interesting is there's vents here and along this side that go all the way up there. That's where fresh air actually gets into the cabin, and that gets over down by your feet. Do have power steering, that's factory. Alternator over our old school generator, so we do have an alternator down there for our 12 volts, which is great. But it all looks really good. All the horsepower for yellow plug wires. Electric choke on here. Overall, it looks really good. Air cleaner probably could be changed out, wouldn't hurt anything. So yeah, looks good under here. Nothing super crazy sticking out at me. Could definitely use a Craigslist rebuild on the paint job, but that's not an immediate need, so we'll be skipping on that for now. But it looks really good. I guess also while we're down here, we should check for fluids. So our dipstick here, oh yeah, we've got oil in it for sure, which is, I guess I should have checked it before I, did all this moving and stuff. But it's, pretty dark on there. So we're gonna want to change that. Who knows how long that's been sitting in there. Get back in there. All right, that's in there. We know we have ATF because we moved, so we'll make sure that's seated all the way. But it's an automatic. So now the fun part, let's go on the inside here. So on the inside of the car, this has all been redone. See the dome lights in the floor, power bench, forward, backward, and up and down, which is really cool. Also has factory power windows. All 4 windows are electric, which is fantastic. The seatbelts are not original, of course. They didn't have seatbelts back then. Those have been added. Into the driver's seat here, you can see the steering wheel. The horn ring is all here. A little bit of breaking in the plastic there. But look at this dash. That thing is awesome. So we've got everything we need to drive this thing. We've got oil pressure, fuel level, odometer, trip meter, which I think you actually reset down here. And that does work, it's tucked back there. Our amp meter, our water temperature, windshield wipers, these are vacuum wipers, and that's buttons for our cleaner stuff to hit the windshield. Clock, which I think is not really working. I have not tried the lighter yet. Our radio, as far as I know, I think the radio is disconnected. Again, it's a 6-volt radio, so it's probably disconnected to save it, but it's in there. The ignition switch, radio antenna to go up and down, I think that's also vacuum powered. Our headlights and running lights, you pull those out, and our starter is a button. And we have our handbrake, because this is a 4-speed automatic. It's a hydromatic transmission. It's a GM transmission, actually, that they used in tanks and stuff all through the war. But it's got neutral, 4, 3, low, and reverse. There's drive in there as well to get this thing going. Horn definitely works. It's super loud. I'm not going to hit it, but it does work. You may notice that the wing windows have their own crank on them. We even have sun visors, which are holding themselves up, which is great. Power buttons in the back as well. But again, I like this no post. A couple things here in the front seat, and a Garage Time TV baseball hat. If you would like to get one, you can check out our spread shop down in the description. Pick yourself up a hat, a shirt, something like that. Really helps support the channel, so please make sure you do that. That's just a shameless plug. And all of these seats fold forward for access into the back, because this is a 2-door car. But they do have ashtrays in the back, because that's what you did. But all the carpet looks good and in good shape. It does have an armrest in the middle there, glove box of course, and our batteries down there underneath that panel. The wipers are vacuum controlled, so they're not the very best, but they do work. Close is super solid. I do have the door keys, so the doors will lock. I've tested that. Definitely need new tires. Let's grab the keys here, and we're going to pop the trunk. So we're going to pop the trunk behind our little soldier here. 2 hands for that. Ooh, it holds itself up. That's nice. We've got a spare tire. We've got trans fluid. I don't know how to feel about that. Look at this jack. An actual bumper jack even. Is that? Oh, yep, there it is. Got the slots for the bumpers. Bumper jack. A couple fluids, brake fluid. Some more ATF. That makes me a little nervous. Look at that thing. High, low, premium oil. 30 weight. Wonder when this thing was. Out of Houston, Texas. America. Well, I wonder how old that thing is. Looks like we've also got something else in here. Got brake fluid, Argent, heavy duty disc and drum formula. Okay. Well, our brakes seem to work okay. Over here, we've got all sorts of stuff. We've got our factory air cleaner. That's kind of cool. It's still gold and matches. Jumper cables, just in case. We've got all sorts of stuff in here too. Weather stripping, another headlight, surround. We got bulbs. We got different parts and things. So, but all the carpet's in here, which is nice. I'm just gonna slide this back. Try to slide it back. Okay, maybe not. Is this transmission leakage? I'm just gonna not acknowledge that. We're just gonna not worry about that. But it's all clean in here, so that's good. Not anything crazy. So, I think the next step. Goodness. All right. Anyway, tuck that up. I think the next step is to close the hood and get this thing up in the air and take a look from the underside. See how it looks like all underneath. So we're up in the air. Let's start here in the front. I'm gonna grab some light. So here up in the front, a little greasy on the oil pan. Don't see anything crazy though, just some cobwebs. Looks like our bushings have been replaced here. Looks like a new fuel pump with, it's got the glass bowl on it. That's kind of cool. Definitely see some crud sitting down in there. I'm assuming it's like a filter of some sort. There's our oil filter. It's gonna be our oil pressure right there. Okay, a little leaky there. Is that an external oil pump? That's probably what that looks like, external, definitely. Then we've got over here, transmission, hydromatic. All the paint's gone. Our linkage, probably need to mess with that, make sure that's nice and tight. Frame looks good. Don't see anything new. Starter solenoid, that's what that is. Got the single exhaust. Got a heater hose dangling here. Don't know what that goes to. Otherwise, our steering looks okay, except for ball joints need to be replaced. Oh, which is probably typical. You know, definitely gotta fix that. But we're just gonna keep walking. Our transmission mount looks okay. Oh, parking brake cable. Looks like this is a vacuum canister to keep some vacuum for like our wiper blades and stuff. Antenna, definitely cobweb city. All of our body mounts and look okay, nothing's rusted out. What about this side? Oh, that one's a little, you know, shot. But we're just got a little rust right here. Oh, that's lovely. We're just gonna keep going, just not looking at it. What is this thing here? Oh, this is I think our under seat heater. It's got heater lines going to it. There may be a heater core in there, and blows hot air from under the seat, because the seat's like right here somewhere. It's pretty cool. Looks like we got a pretty good whammo right here. We bottomed out on something. Well, not me, but somebody else did. They really whammed that thing. Goodness. Okay, X-frame, come back. Would you look at the floors though? Floors are super solid. Looks good. Leaf springs look good. I don't see any broken springs on there. What about here? Any broken springs? I don't see any that are broken. That's good. Spare tire hole. Shocks. How old do you think these things are? They're definitely Monroe's. Monomatic. Something like that. Brake lines look relatively new. I take it by the rust on the wheel cylinder there. Those have probably been replaced. I would like to think so. Yeah, it doesn't match the rest of it. But the other thing is I don't see any brake fluid on the wheels. So we haven't been leaking anywhere. How do we look back here? Not too shabby. More cobwebs, but that's okay. You know, self-tapper. You know, that's how we do things. Bumper bracket, tail light. Gas tank's been coated, looks like new rubber line here as well. Looks like it's had some just like rubber undercoating on the tank. Some pipe thread on there. Definitely gonna leak eventually, but at least it's got a drain. That's cool. Is this a return line, I'm assuming? I don't know. Rear end. Well, there's our number, so I don't know what that is off the top of my head. But it's been leaking, you know, for a little while. Probably could use some topped off. How do our U-joints look? Definitely a little, you know, greasy. Carrier bearing here in the middle. Oh, right to our yoke. No carrier bearing, I'm kidding. Don't listen to me. Yeah, super long tail shaft. Speedometer cable. Yeah, it looks pretty good. A couple whammies. Definitely needs new ball joints. It's probably part of why we have a little bit of a loose steering, but that's okay. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's gonna need replaced. Looks like it just needs ball joints, tie rod ends, you know, 50-year stuff. New shocks probably wouldn't hurt. Yeah, that one looks pretty similar. So, control arm bushings. Basically missing. That's okay. Alright. Don't know what this is, but we're just gonna go with it. So overall, looks pretty good under here. Not too bad. Definitely need new tires. It's definitely on my list. But look at these hubcaps. It's pretty cool. The crest in on. Definitely could use a paint. It's all chipping off. So otherwise, I don't see anything super crazy. There's those ducts I was telling you about. So there's a hatch right here, and the air goes up through that, and then straight down into the cab, which is pretty cool. No pun intended. You know, cool air ducts. Don't hate me.
Why?
Anyway, looks good. So let's take a look at the oil filter that's on there, see what kind we need, and then we'll go pick up some oil and a filter for this thing because it desperately needs it. And while I run to the parts store to pick that up, I'm probably not going to drive this over there just because I don't know if I'm going to make it there. I haven't driven it that far, so we're not going to take a gamble on that. We're going to hop in the daily, but I did find a really cool 50s advertisement for when this first came out. I'll see if I can find the video, and while I head to the store, I'll show you guys that video so you have something to watch while I'm gone, and really enjoy it. I think it's a really cool video, definitely worth watching. It's black and white, definitely old school, talks about all the features of this thing, and I'm sure I missed a thing or two that they're going to talk about in the video. So let me insert that here while I run to the store, get oil and a filter so we can take care of this.
When you own a Lincoln like this, you'll wonder why you ever owned anything else. Really, you'll love every inch of its modern, functional beauty. There is, if you notice, just enough chrome to emphasize the long, horizontal lines of the car itself, and no unnecessary glitter. And the body is so sleek and smooth compared to many of today's cumbersome car bodies. And just look at the interior luxury of Lincoln. Here you'll find colors and fabrics that tell at a glance that this is the finest of fine cars. And if you're still in doubt, just wait till you sit behind the wheel of your Lincoln. Wait till you try the effortless ease with which you handle this big automobile. Much more easily than most small cars. You know, Lincoln offers all the optional power features. Power steering, power brakes, the wonderful four-way power seat. But perhaps the biggest thing about Lincoln is its performance. I don't think there's a man anywhere who wouldn't be thrilled to command Lincoln's magnificent engine. You've just got to try it to appreciate it. And remember, Lincoln proved its economy by coming home first in its class in the Mobile Gas Economy Run. And Lincoln captured the first 4 places in the stock car division of the rugged Pan American Road Race. So there it is, the car I think is the handsomest on the highway, and that experts have called the best in America. And you can call your own if you go soon, real soon, to see your neighborhood Lincoln dealer.
1 hour later.
All right, well, hopefully you guys enjoyed that little clip. Gave me enough time to run to the store. We picked up some oil, a new filter. We're gonna drain this thing. I don't think it's gonna look super good, but it has a huge drain plug on this thing. It's gotta be like, I got a 1 inch here. Still not big enough.
That's what she said.
So, we're gonna have to go 1 1/8 maybe? Is it really that big? Moses, it is 1 1/8. So, tip for you. 1 1/8 is the drain plug on there. Humongous. Let's see how it comes out. Oh, that was on there for business. Don't spill on me, don't spill on me, please. Just go in the pan, I don't want to get oil all over me. Please, please, please. How long is this plug? Are you? Okay, we're gonna get there.
Many hours later.
That is black. Super nasty. Oofda. That is gnarly. Let me grab some rags. We're gonna let that drain and then we'll spin off the filter.
A few moments later.
Yeah, needless to say, that oil needed to be changed. So we're gonna let that keep dripping. The good thing is I don't see any chunks or anything like that coming out of it. Just starting to slowly drain, get to that point. Also be a good time just to wipe off everything down there to see really where the leak is coming from. There are a couple bolts that, oh boy. Look at that. Just this sludge coming out of it. Ugh. I really hope that's not like the rest of our, that is just like goo down in there. But we're just gonna do the right thing and just clean it out and just slap it back in there because it's, you know, doing the thing. So we're just gonna leave that. It's still draining. All right, this may be a minute because then we gotta get the filter off. So I might as well run and grab the oil filter pliers because I have a strong suspicion that's been on there for a very long time. It's just become one with the engine. So I'm gonna go grab that, let that finish draining. All right, get that drain plug put back in. Now we'll move on to the filter. This is definitely sprayed orange in its past. I'm about 99% sure that this engine never came orange. I think it came like a greenish blue color. From the factory, so I don't know if it's ever been out, if this is original or not. Like I was saying, could be swapped in from something else, who knows, but at least we got it. So I'm going to tighten this up. Okay, you can tell it's a respray because it's flaking off so easy. Put this huge 1 1/8 inch wrench away. It's crazy how big that is. Now let's see if we can fight this filter. Oh, ain't so bad. I guess I better not speak yet. It's not off yet, I guess. It hasn't spilled all over me. That's half the battle too. All right. Be good to me, be good to me. And center my pan. Ooh, an AC Delco filter on a, basically a Ford, like sacrilegious. Man, that oil is black. How long are you? This is, thank you engineers. Oh yeah. That's the good stuff.
Oh, God, it's so good. So good.
Okay. We're just gonna set that there. Let that drain out. So what we've got ourselves is a Wix filter, part number 51515. Super easy, just as big and huge for that. I don't have a silver Sharpie, but normally I would put the date and the mileage on the bottom. I don't have a silver Sharpie on me, and I can't really write in black on this. So we're just gonna have to pass it this time, but normally I write it on there. I didn't come prepared, as you can't tell. So we're going to top off our filter just a little bit. Oh, and not spill it all. Because we're gonna have to spin it on sideways. Because it's too easy to just do it vertical, you know, we've got to have it on its side. Guess that must be like a Ford thing. All you Ford people out there, don't hate me. Alright. Make sure there's no gasket left behind. Oh, let me wipe it. I'm already here. I should know better by now. Oh! 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 I don't break everything in the process. Put that down. I'm gonna wipe the surface. Oh, okay. Yep, just spill that fresh oil all over the place. That's what I'm talking about. Yep. Just hurry up and get on there so it stops leaking. Go, 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 go. Okay. That's on there. Got oil all over my hands. That's also fine. We'll do a quick quarter turn on that. So we're going to be adding oil back into the system. Looks like we just got our breather cap here. We're not going to even look in that. Get our handy dandy funnel right here, and we're going to be filling this thing up with 5 fresh quarts of Valvoline's VR1. This stuff has got a good zinc count, especially because we know we have a flat tappet cam in here, so it'll protect this engine better than just synthetic and stuff like that. If you do use something else that's not this, make sure you just have a zinc additive. ZDDP is what you're looking for, high ZDP. DDP, try and say that 10 times fast. Content is what you want for these engines, but not too much. Too much can be harmful, just like anything else. So straight down the app on this thing, down the bottom, and then we're going to check our oil level, and this is nice and golden. See that? Compared to our diesel black oil that was in here. So this is much, much better. This should be going straight down to the crankcase. So it shouldn't be much delay to measure that. Cap this off. Trash it. Let's get this out of the way. Put our breather back on, because I will forget. It even has directions. Front. Okay, buddy, whatever you say. All right. Our not so clean rag anymore. Pull our dipstick. Wipe this down. Do a fresh measure here. And we are, it says just above full, so which means when we fill the filter and stuff, we semi-filled it, but being sideways, some did fall out, so. Yep, just above the full mark, we're looking good as I drop oil everywhere. So the last thing to do is go inside. We're gonna fire it up and look at our oil pressure gauge to make sure we have good oil pressure, and then we're gonna have to park this thing, because I think that's all I've got time for today. We did tighten up some of the bolts on the oil pan. They all could use like 1/8 of a turn, so it could be part of our leak, why it looks so grimy down there. So we'll keep an eye on that in the future and see what else we can come up with. So let's fire this thing up and take a look at our gauge and see what we have for oil pressure. This is 2050 oil, so should be pretty high for quite some time until the heat kind of thins it out. So let's go take a look. So we're gonna get inside here. Hopefully I don't bang the door on the lift. Squeeze in here. Okay, so let's take a look at our gauges. We're gonna go key in. Oh, my hands are all oily, so they're sliding all over the place. Key in. We're gonna be looking here for oil pressure. Make sure we've got brake on. Don't want to be going anywhere. We're key on. See how we do. Oh, belt. Awesome. All right, you can stop now. We're getting there. Yeah. All the oil pressure. Nice. Man, we're like super high oil pressure. Make sure we're not leaking. Oh, we're leaking. All right, we're leaking out of somewhere. See where we're leaking out of. Oh, I gotta get down here. Or is that just something else? That's definitely not oil. That's water, I guess. Why do we have water? Oh, that coolant hose? Maybe there's some remnants on the coolant hose. Okay, but it's not oil. Crisis averted. All right, so that's gonna be the end of this episode. We were able to do the oil change, which was desperately needed on this thing, but we've got to get it parked, got to head off to work, so that's all we really had time for. Tightened up a couple loose bolts, so hopefully that'll help slow down our leaking issue. Again, a good 1/8 turn on some of those oil pan bolts really made a difference. But this is it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. What do you want to see on this thing? It does need an alignment, maybe little things here and there, but it's weird having something that runs and drives and doesn't require a whole bunch of build. This is just kind of a cool cruiser and something new to the channel and something new to work on. Maybe we want to get that under seat heater working. I don't know, we got to look into that. But much better with fresh oil and getting us places, and we'll take it out for a drive. Maybe you want to see that too. What does it look like to drive? Do we need to replace the shocks? Those things look pretty old. You know, some maintenance things like that. The ball joints need to get taken care of. The tie rod ends probably need to be getting replaced because they're all blown out. There's not enough grease in the world that could really help those. So if you want to see all that, just make sure you guys comment down below there. It really help to see what we want to do with this thing. But I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for doing so. Just make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribing to the channel really helps out. So please make sure you continue to do that. We are climbing up in a way, getting closer to 4,000. So let's make that happen. Thank you so much for watching. Again, make sure you check out the merchandise. We've got hats, we've got shirts and koozies and sweaters. You know, it's still summer, but winter's coming. You know, think about that. And some other stuff, tank tops, all sorts of good stuff. So make sure you guys are on that website. And make sure you guys also see us on social media, Instagram, Facebook. I'm there. Join our Facebook group where you can share your project, what you're working on, tech advice, stuff like that. Make sure to check all that out. I'll have all the links that are important down in the description down below. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, we'll see you.